everyone. Today I'm going to do another chatty video answering a question that I get asked quite a lot, which is why have I come to Italy? I think this will also be quite nice for me to look back on to understand my intentions and how I see them now. For those of you who don't know, 3 weeks ago I moved here to this city in Italy called Padua. Padua is a city about half an hour away from Venice in the north of Italy. It's not my first time in Padua. I actually lived here a year and a half ago when I was doing my Erasmus year abroad at university, and I just ended up having the best time. It was probably one of the best times of my life. I made some amazing friends, I went to some gorgeous places, and I didn't want to go back. I did have to go back to the UK, and that year was very tough. And like a lot of people's last year is at university, but there were lots of other things going on. And one of the things that really kept me going was kind of the thought of coming back to Padua, coming back to Italy. I think that a lot of my friends and family sort of knew that I wanted to come back here. So I finished my exams, I did a lovely trip around Europe, and I ended it in Italy, where I came to actually look at apartments, and I sort of announced that yes, I was going to be coming here. It was July, and that was when the results of Brexit were announced. I had really been hoping that we were going to stay. I voted Remain. I even, on my trip around the EU, went round with a big EU flag taking pictures. But unfortunately it didn't turn out like that. And I think it was at that point where I was like, you know, I'm just coming out here as soon as possible. So why Padua? I feel like I've already explained that a bit, but I didn't want to stay in Bristol where I was studying. I felt like that chapter was closed. I just wanted to come back here. It's a city I know, I have friends here. It's really, for me, the most important thing was being in a place I love. I just loved it so much when I came here the first time. I had such a great experience, and I did tell myself, Emily, you're not going on Erasmus again. This is going to be a very different experience. This is another chapter. You're going to learn new lessons. You're going to be doing new things. And I think as much as I could, I did prepare myself for that. But Padua was really the place I wanted to live those experiences in. And I think if I hadn't have come back, I would have always regretted it and asked myself what would have happened. It's not too big, it's not too small. There's always something going on. So many people, such an international place. As I mentioned before, it's half an hour away from Venice. So it's very closely linked to a good train station, to a good airport. I can get to Verona within an hour, I can get to Venice within half an hour. I can go to Slovenia and Croatia on a bus from the bus station here. I think there's even a bus to Budapest, which I definitely want to go to Budapest. And I already had friends here, so I didn't feel like I was totally starting from scratch in a new place, which, having just graduated and going through all of these life changes, I think was probably a good idea. So in terms of my what I'm actually doing here, like job-wise, if I'm being perfectly honest with myself, I think the dream is to create online content, and I'd love to be able to travel with it. I'd love to be able to see different places, travel with my work. I'm kind of scared admitting this. What I'm doing at the moment is applying for some internships and job placements here in Padua, where I can really learn more about digital content creation and social media. If I could have a job or an internship that would really help me hone my craft, I think that experience would be invaluable, and I could meet so many more creative people in the same wavelength as me here. I've only been here 3 weeks, but honestly it's difficult. I'm from a different culture. They may not be worlds apart, but there are differences. I could maybe pass off as Northern Italian, but I mean, I'm blonde. I don't really look like a lot of the people here. I don't necessarily behave like a lot of the people here. I have different ideas to a lot of the people here. I'm a vegan. That's always a great conversation starter. A lot of people, that idea is just like, what do you eat? And so anyway, all of that was to say, if I could find a job with other people who are passionate about the things I'm passionate about, and really understand that kind of world of social media and digital content creation, it would just be great for me to just have some people who understand me when I talk about that kind of thing, because I really do love it. So what's my plan going forward? Well, I'm in my new apartment now, and I'm signing the contract for a year, so I know I'm going to be here for at least a year. I'd like to call this place home for longer. Honestly, I'm just seeing how it goes. I'm 22, I've just graduated. I just really want to enjoy what I'm doing, and I want to learn and progress and work hard. I know this is a process, so really I'm just focusing on building my life step by step here and trying not to rush it, because good things don't come immediately. You have to work for them. I don't know, just trying to keep grounded and really be intentional about the things I'm letting into my life. So that's something I'm going to talk more about in another video, and just trying to enjoy the process as that happens, because I think that's so important. There have been ups and downs. I do get my moments where I'm like, why have I just moved across the continent? I'm going to keep you guys updated on how it goes. For now, I'm going to leave it there, and if you do have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can send me a message on Twitter, on Instagram. All those social media links are in the description down below. I'm going to be doing a mix of practical videos about how I've set up my bank account and got my residency and things like that here. Those are things I'm doing in the next few weeks, but I also want to do some more creative videos about day trips I do and introduce you to this city, because I haven't shown it to you yet. I hope this was interesting. I just get questions about what I'm actually doing here, mostly from friends and family. I'm approaching 800 subscribers. That's a lot of people. So anyway, I'm really enjoying doing these videos so far. Everything's up in the air and crazy, but I feel like I can just come back to this and I really love it. So thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video next week.